I like simple things. I think as I've got older, I just found that the things that I used to enjoy when I was younger, sort of rushing about, lots of trinkets, lots of colour, the must-have things, I've grown out of it. And I guess this is a thing that comes with age. And now, simple things seem more important, but not just simplicity for the sake of simplicity. Traditional things, old ways of doing things talk to me. I feel the world is rushing too quickly. It may just be a personal perspective that I've got. It may just be I'm getting old, and that's what happens when you get old. You think the world is going too fast, progressing too quickly, change happening at a rapid pace. And maybe that's true. I'm drawn to those things of yesteryear. I'm drawn to those things of our English customs. Cups of tea, teapots, OS maps, looking at history. I'm looking at a map here. I intend tomorrow to have a walk around a bit just off the A24 in West Sussex, south of Horsham, just south of Southwater. It might be a bit wet. It's on a floodplain apparently. And it's near Knepp, near Buck Barn, and they're building on it. Well, the plan is to build 350 new homes to basically put in a new village. That just appalls me. The next day, and I've come out to have a look at this area of land that's being built on. So I'm starting at West Grinstead, as you've seen, on the Downs link. This is the old railway that used to run down from Shoreham up to, well, to London I suppose, but I know it goes to Christ's Hospital. I've walked that bit, and then it goes on up to, is it Shalford? Anyway, towards Guildford anyway, and then it gets on the main line to London. Just up ahead is a footpath which will take me out onto the area of land that this proposal is going to build on. I want to have a look at it because I just want to see again what is going to be lost This is one of the problems with all this development that's going on, is we're just losing so much. And the A24 corridor, that from Worthing to Dorking to London, is just slowly being encroached on all the time, until, you know, the whole basis of move to the countryside, actually with all the buildings, there is no countryside. This rather exquisite piece of woodland that I'm walking through, an area I believe has been described by Horsham District Council as boring old fields. Curious that. I mean, boring depends of course on your perspective. Old, very significant that it's old, that's its beauty. And fields? England is made up of fields. That's what makes England so amazing. The Knepp Estate is pretty much opposite, west of me, the other side of the A24, and in the distance I think I can hear some of the beasts, those big lovely rewilded cattle making their sort of, I don't know, calls, kind of calls. It's beautiful. We're going to circle round and get up into the main centre where these 3,500 houses will have made virtually a whole new town. I don't call these boring fields. This is a farmer's field. I don't know how many acres it is. Maybe 5 acres, maybe more. Plants have got to be grown. Farmers have got to grow their crops. We need places. The more we can be self-sufficient, the better, in my opinion. Going back to those humble, simple things that I like so much. Growing food for our local communities. This is what we've got to get back into. Mixed farming, local communities. I think we've lost our way, and all this building work is part of that losing our sense of ourselves and the importance of the land and the people on the land. We can't just keep building over it. I know people think, oh, you're just being hypersensitive, a NIMBYism. It's not that. We need the nature, and we need the land, and we need to be connected to it. Just setting up to do another little shot of my walk, and then suddenly some deer, 3 deer, a mother and 2 children, or a father and wife and a baby, I don't know what, just came through this field in front of me. Absolutely magnificent. Haven't got a long lens for this camera, so I couldn't zoom in on them, which was a real shame. Captured a bit, you can see them. This is what this type of land is for, our wildlife. If that is not an example, I don't know what is. We must hang on to our landscape. It's not just for us humans. There's a whole host of wildlife. I'm not an expert on wildlife by any means, but I know that it has a right to live as much as we do. According to the NEP website, they put a video out actually on YouTube about this Save West Grinstead and Buck Barn, this area that I'm walking in, because this is, I think this is Little Haven, I can't remember now. All this will be lost, all this will be built on, this will be houses, this will be modern boring houses, not boring fields, but new boring houses. And NEP has said that this of course is a wildlife corridor from where they are at NEP, but right up to St Leonard's Forest. And that's very important, that animals have that freedom, because we have all the cars everywhere, and that they have a corridor of safety to navigate this country. Very important. Now, if I carry on up here, I'm in the heart of it. If I carry on up here, I should get back onto the Downslink railway line, and then I can walk back. The railway, I think, is the boundary of this corner that they're developing on the east side, and then on the west side the A24. That's a lot of land that will disappear. I've been quite lucky on this walk. These latter fields here do go through cattle, and I see the cowpats all around me, but fortunately I've managed to avoid actually bumping into any cows now, because I'm tempting fate, because I've only really got one more field I think to go through, so, and then I'll get onto the Downslink. But anybody who knows me, I am a bit nervous of cattle when walking on my own. It's not so bad when I'm with somebody else. I think when there's 2 of you, you can chivvy yourself up a bit. When it's a solo walk, it's you and 30 odd cows coming towards you. Right, that's it then. Oh, it's been good. It's been very good. I'm back on the Downs link, and I will now loop round back down to West Grinstead station, the old station, and then back to the van.